one of the things but Ian and I have both noticed with our send out card program is that people get really worked up on how to create custom cards. And we wanted to talk today about what is the most important thing. Go ahead, Ian. What's the most important thing about send out cards?
Sending a card. If you don't
Yeah,
start sending
send a
cards,
card.
yeah. And I wouldn't
Send a
worry
card.
and I wouldn't worry too much about custom cards and stuff. Start with a basic card, because that by starting with a basic catalog card, guess what? You're learning how to send a card, and then you can get all fancy as you know what you're doing and get more comfortable. Like driving a car, you got to start somewhere, and if you don't start somewhere, you're never going to go anywhere.
And so one of the things that Ian and I talk a lot to our various teams about is when somebody does something nice for you, whether it's on Facebook or LinkedIn or it was your postal carrier, it doesn't matter. Go to the thank you section. And I just clicked on the thank you section, and Send Out Cards has hundreds and hundreds of cards already made out that you can send. And just get into the habit of sending cards through the custom, without worrying about customizing it. So one of my favorite things I like to share with is when I get a card sent back to me, I always call somebody or I'll Facebook them or get on LinkedIn and say, hey, what did I do wrong? I'll take a picture of the return address and they'll say, oh, I moved. So if you put in new house here, like somebody moved, new house, look at all the cards that are already made that you can find. This is one of my favorites, which is congratulations on your new home. And then when you get ready to customize it, I almost always use 2-paneled cards. And when you get ready to customize it, the very first thing you do, it's lovely. There it is on the outside. May it be filled with love, laughter, today and forever after. Now, you may think that's not a good enough sentence or it's not what you want to say. So go ahead and add your own. You can add a picture here. Frequently, I will add a picture of where I am in the world and say, welcome to your new home. And set it up that way. So these cards that are already in Send Out Cards are very appropriate for you. So one of the things that Ian and I like to share with people is just get into the system and start using it. Don't get so worked up on the details about getting onto Canva and creating all these beautiful custom cards and all. That's for later. Right now, just get used to the software. Ian, did you want to say anything about when people first start? Yeah.
I was going to say, you're not going to break the system. If you do something wrong, don't worry about it. You can even go right through and send the card. And I could send a card to Janine and say, oh, I don't want to send that. I need to change that. I can go into the back office, sent cards, card history, and I can edit that card. Or if I really want it, I can delete that card and start again. So it's like anything. You've got to start somewhere and just do it. Just keep doing it. And it really doesn't matter whether the card is perfect or not either. As long as it's a heartfelt message, it's a genuine message, that'll probably have just as much impact. And sometimes it's not even the message. Sometimes it can be just a picture.
And that was something that Ian has talked to me a lot about, is that there are times where he'll just send nothing but pictures on the card because it was an event or something. And people would respond back like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got those fantastic pictures. I'm going to save this. How many times have people told you they're going to frame your cards?
Well, there's a perfect response I had this week. A lady in America, she just became a grandmother and she's got a picture of her with a grandchild on Facebook. So what did I do? I took that picture off Facebook, put it on a flat card, put it on the back of the card, congratulations on the new grandchild. And I get a message back, oh, thank you, you're so sweet, you're so kind, all that sort of stuff. I was going to go and find that picture and get it printed. Guess what? It's already in a frame. And I'd already done her work for her, but she feels special, she feels loved, and she knows that I actually care about it. And that's all you got to do, show you care about people.
And so I'm going to show you right now what Ian's talking about when it comes to that particular card. So let's go back to our card catalog. And like Ian said, he's absolutely right. You cannot break this system. So play around with it, see what you can do. But this is one of my favorite cards, and you can set it up as a flat card where it's a frame worthy and gold. And Ian, would you like to share with us what you always put on the back?
Depends on the situation. It really
right.
Does.
I know, but there's something you always say about this card.
With a baby, is that what you're talking about? Or?
Well, one of the things, poor Ian, we talk so much about so many different cards. What I'm trying to get him to talk about is that you can put a picture in here of, say, anybody that you happen to take a picture of. So let's say, this is a photograph of somebody, right? Yeah. And what Ian would put on the back was, go ahead, Ian.
I don't know which way you're going. Oh, I'm right in the back of the card. Be the
Yeah.
reason somebody smiles today. Is that
Yeah.
what you're looking for?
Yeah, be the reason that somebody smiles today. The other one is if you put a portrait on, so we can do that. Hang on, let me back out. Like I said, you can't break the system, just goof around with it. Go back to the frame worthy card, hit customize and make it a flat card, which is what Ian sends so many of these with just personalized pictures that he found either on Facebook or LinkedIn that people have done. And then on the back, you just flip it over after you get the image in there and he'll say, this picture was so great, I had to put it in a frame for you.
Yeah,
and so he had,
what a great picture. This deserves to be in a print and a frame.
This deserves to be in a frame. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Deserves to be in a frame. So see, he says it so much, he loses track. He can't even tell me because he talks about this stuff over and over. So one of the best things that you can do with send out cards is just send cards. And there are times, I'm going to pick one of my favorites. This is a long distance coffee because of where we are. Not a lot of people that are able to go out for coffee because of what's happening with the pandemic and all. And so what I do is I use this flat card about how about a long distance coffee. And then on the other side, I will put down how you can log on to my calendar link and set up a time so we can have a long distance coffee on there. And I have an image. So let's go here to the layouts. I have an image that I use. Now be patient with me as we go through here because I have a lot of images, but as I scroll, of course, Zoom's a little slower, but I have an image of me holding up a coffee cup on Zoom that I click on to that and I put that on to the card. So you can tell with Zoom on, it takes the send out cards a little bit longer than normal. But there's a coffee cup on there and I have that picture and then I have the link and I'm like, it's been too long since we've shared a coffee. How about we do that in the next couple of weeks? So that will also help you out with the flat cards, okay? All right, so those are two of our favorites that we like to use when we are just sending out cards. And you can just keep customizing the cards on this sort of thing. Sometimes you'll find, now this is a picture of a card that I used. Let me hit the send button. So I happened to see this card. I took a picture of it with my phone and I sent it to a very specific person who absolutely loves sunflowers and cupcakes. And so that's why I picked up that. So as long as you are sending them as one-off cards, you'll be okay as far as like copyright and stuff like that, as long as it's personal use. Now, if you're a business owner and you're sending out these cards to hundreds of people or 50 people, you want to take pictures of your own content or your own books or something like that, your own bouquet of flowers. And I've done that as well. So that is a real quick trip through what is already available to you. So if somebody, let's say that they just got a new puppy, you can type puppy into this search engine and see what cards they already have set up. And you can say, have a picture like this, make it a flat card, or you can make it 2-panel. That's up to you. Both work. And you can say, welcoming a new addition to the family, or I hear you have a new present, or something like that. All kinds of things that you can do just on a flat card and then send that out to people. Anything else you care to share today before we wrap up here, Ian?
No, I think just send cards. Just keep sending cards. And guess what? People will come back to you. People will love you. They'll feel loved and they'll think you're a pretty cool person because you've sent them cards. And if you're in business, it's probably the best way to stay top of mind. Be personal, be real, celebrate those people, and they'll love you. And guess what? You might even get some more business. And if you're a send out cards affiliate, you need to send out cards. There's a postcard program at the moment. Look for the opportunities everywhere. They are everywhere. They'll surprise you. And sometimes you find that picture and you don't know when that card's going to turn up with that picture and it's going to have such an impact on somebody's life. And as we've said, just send the cards. There's enough in the system for you to use. Don't worry about getting too fancy and too smart with everything. Just keep it simple. Just a basic message. Don't complicate it. That's all I got to say in that sense. And that's probably the simplest way you can do it. Be simple. Keep it simple. Yeah.
And so with send out cards, people will tell me they're not getting the reaction they want. They're not getting the kind of return on their investment that they want. And I always say, how many cards a day are you sending? And then you'll see them go, and that's the reason. If you're not sending the cards, the system is not going to work. So anyway, We will chat with you again. Please give us any questions you might have. Ian and I are both available below this video. I will send you the calendar links that he and I have so that you can get on calls with us. So if you can't reach me or my calendar isn't appropriate, definitely reach out to Ian. He'll be glad to give you a help and a shout out. Thank you for being with us today, Ian.
Always an absolute pleasure, Janine. And yes, I'm happy to have a chat with anybody anytime. Thanks, Janine.
No problem. And this is Janine Bolon with Send Out Cards signing off for today. And we'll see you next week for the next set of training.
Bye for now.